This is Trivia for Kids, where it's not just for adults anymore.
Happy summer, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Trivia for Kids, the podcast. I'm Casey.
I'm Brooks.
We are thrilled to bring you another episode of trivia, fun, and hopefully learning some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you today, bud?
Good.
Good. What are we doing this weekend that you're very excited about?
We're going to a soccer game.
We are. What kind of a soccer game are we going to?
Minnesota Loons game.
We are going to an MLS soccer game in Minneapolis. We're going to go watch the Minnesota FC Loons play Austin FC. And it's the kids' first MLS soccer game, and I'm so excited. If you have never been to an MLS game, they are so fun. Even if you don't like soccer, the atmosphere at a game is incredible. Like the whole game, there's one side of the pitch that they just play drums the entire game, and it is electric. And when they score a goal, there will be fireworks and smoke. And I would highly recommend if you ever have a chance to go to one. I cannot wait for the kids to go tonight.
There's also smoke when the players come in.
Oh, yeah, there probably will be smoke when they come in. We are going to have the best time. I cannot wait. Do you know what else I can't wait for?
What?
Jokes.
Yay!
Joke number one comes from Ursa.
Thanks, Ursa.
What does a train do when it eats?
I don't know.
Choo-choos. Like choose its food? Choo-choos. Joke number two comes from Colin.
Thanks, Colin.
What is a trampoline's favorite season?
I don't know.
Spring. Get it? Because trampolines have springs all the way around. That helps you jump. And our last joke comes from Chandler.
Thanks, Chandler.
How do you catch a smart fish?
I know.
With a bookworm. Do you know what a bookworm is? Somebody who likes to read a lot is called a bookworm. So usually people who read a lot are smart. You catch a smart fish with a bookworm. Oh, now it makes sense, right? Great jokes, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Now it is time for the questions. I hope you get them all right. Brooks, good luck to you. Let's do some trivia.
Here's how the show works. Trivia for Kids consists of 5 rounds with 7 questions each. We will announce the answers at the end of each round. Each new round will have a different category. After the 5th round, we will have the final exam, which will test you on the toughest questions we have covered in the previous rounds. Everyone ready? Let's get started.
Round number 1, the category is underwater creatures. Question 1. What color flag will they fly at the beach if there is a jellyfish warning? Question 2. What underwater creature has a heart that can stop beating without dying? Question 3. Which fish builds a sandcastle to impress others? A pufferfish, a tuna, or a swordfish? Question 4. What fish has teeth that look like human teeth? A sheep's head fish, a piranha, or a bass? Question 5. What do sea cucumbers do when they get scared? Hide in shells, turn invisible, or spit out their insides? Question 6. What fish can walk on land using its fins? A clownfish, a mud skipper, or a bull shark? Question 7. Which sea creature has eyes on the ends of its arms? And now the answers to round number 1. Question 1. What color flag will they fly at the beach if there is a jellyfish warning?
Purple.
How did you know that?
Because Dad told me.
Dad told you? Stingrays, jellyfish, and other dangerous marine life can turn a fun day at the beach into an unpleasant day at the hospital. When potentially dangerous ocean animals have been spotted, you will see a purple flag. These flags will either be on their own or with other colored flags. So at the beach, if there are dangers like algae levels are really high, or if there are sharks, they fly different colors at the beach.
If there's algae, what would happen?
Well, some algae is toxic, so if you swam in it, you could get hurt really, really bad. So they
Poisonous.
kind of, yeah. They put flags out to warn people of certain things in the ocean. So if it's purple, watch out. There could be jellyfish.
I would swim.
You would not swim. I wouldn't let you. Question 2. What underwater creature has a heart that can stop beating without dying?
Octopus.
You got it! Octopi have 3 hearts, and one of them can stop beating while the octopus swims. This is because the other 2 can maintain sufficient circulation for the octopus's organs.
But what if they all stop working?
Well, if they all stop working, it would probably not live any longer. But since it's got 3 of them, one can quit for a little bit, and the other 2 will just be like, okay, we'll take over for a little bit. That's kind of cool. I wish I had 3 hearts, just in case. Question 3. Which fish builds a sandcastle to impress others? Pufferfish, tuna, or swordfish?
Pufferfish.
Pufferfish is correct. Male pufferfish make stunning sand patterns to attract a mate, just like art underwater. Some pufferfish, like the Japanese pufferfish, are renowned for their intricate sand sculptures, which they use to impress potential mates. They can use their fins to create these designs, which can be quite elaborate and perfectly symmetrical, which basically means really fancy and perfectly shaped. Your dad used to make sandcastles for me when we were dating to try to impress me.
What?
I'm just kidding. He didn't really. Would you try to make a sandcastle to impress somebody?
No.
No? What would you try to do?
Dive in the water when there's a purple flag.
Oh, goodness. Question 4. What fish has teeth that look like human teeth? A sheep's head fish, a piranha, or a bass?
A sheep's head fish.
That is correct. A sheep's head fish teeth are super weird and totally real. They can use them to crush shells. So a sheep's head fish looks like it has false teeth in its mouth. I'm going to show Brooks a picture of a sheep's head fish right now, and you can see how crazy their teeth look. Look at those teeth.
Oh my goodness.
Describe what those look like.
Our teeth.
They look like human teeth in a fish's mouth, don't they? Question 5. What do sea cucumbers do when they get scared? Hide in shells, turn invisible, or spit out their insides?
Spit out their insides.
You are right. Sea cucumbers eject their internal organs to confuse predators. But don't worry, they grow back. So literally, if a sea cucumber feels like a predator is going to try to eat it, they just throw up all of their guts. And the predator goes, "What just happened?" And it swims away because it's so confused. Isn't that silly?
Yeah.
And then the sea cucumber just grows them back.
Weird.
Weird is right. Question 6. What fish can walk on land using its fins? A clownfish, a mud skipper, or a bull shark?
Mud skipper.
How do you know?
I saw it on Christian Martin.
You saw it on Wildcrats? Well, thanks, Chris and Martin, for teaching you the answer to that question. Mud skippers are amphibious fish that walk on land by using their fins like little arms. Question 7. Which sea creature has eyes on the ends of its arms?
Sea star.
Hey, you're right. Sea stars or starfish. Sea stars or starfish are creatures that have eyes on the ends of their arms. These eyes, called eye sots, allow them to detect light and dark. Starfish also use their arms, which are often 5 in number, to move and grasp objects.
Crazy.
That's kind of cool that they can hold out their little arm and they can touch stuff and see stuff and eat stuff and do stuff, and their arms have a lot of jobs. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting starfish.
Interrupting starfish.
Round 2, the category is Disney Channel movies. Question 1. In Descendants 3, what magical object does Hades give Mal to protect her? A glowing scarf, his ember, or a crown? Question 2. In Zombies 2, what new supernatural group is introduced? Vampires, werewolves, or aliens? Question 3. What is the name of the island where the villains live in the Descendants series? Question 4. In Camp Rock, the band Connect 3 is actually what real-life band? Question 5. What sport does Troy Bolton play in High School Musical? Question 6. In Zombies, what is the name of Zed's sister's plush dog? Xander, Zebby, or Zipper? Question 7. In Cloud 9, what sport does Kayla love? And now the round 2 answers. Question 1. In Descendants 3, what magical object does Hades give Mal to protect her? A glowing scarf, his ember, or a crown?
His ember?
That is correct. He gives her his ember. The ember is like a magical fireball. It only fully works for Hades, but it still helps Mal big time. Have you seen Descendants 3? Is that the one where with what's my name? What's my name?
No, that's Descendants 2.
Oh, that's 2. You guys sang that song so much. It's like the only one I know. Question 2. In Zombies 2, what new supernatural group is introduced? Vampires, werewolves, or aliens?
Werewolves.
You're right. The werewolves come out in Zombies 2. The werewolves love the moon and howl when they're excited.
Did you know that there's a Zombies 4 coming out about vampires?
Seriously?
Yeah.
I have not heard a thing about this. So Zombies 2 was about werewolves. Zombies 3 was about aliens. And now we're throwing vampires into the mix along with zombies?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder what's next. Zombies 5. Bring on the witches.
Mummies.
Ooh, mummies. That's a good idea. Question 3. What is the name of the island where the villains live in the Descendants series?
I bet it's Arendelle, but no, it's not that. Oh my word, what is that called?
The Isle.
It starts with the Isle of the Lost.
The Isle of the Lost is correct. Question 4. In Camp Rock, the band Connect 3 is actually what real-life band?
I don't know.
The answer is the Jonas Brothers. When the Jonas Brothers were younger and Demi Lovato, they did Camp Rock. It is a great movie. I would recommend watching it. But in Camp Rock, they are a rock band who are part of this camp, and their band name is called Connect 3, even though they're the Jonas Brothers. Question 5. What sport does Troy Bolton play in High School Musical?
Basketball.
You're right. He plays basketball. Have you watched those at least?
I have seen that one.
Those are good too.
Yeah.
Question 6. In Zombies, what is the name of Zed's sister's plush dog? Xander, Zebby, or Zipper?
Xander.
His name is Xander. You're right. I bet it was hard to come up with that many Z names in Zombies.
Yeah.
I would imagine there are not going to be a ton of zombie characters just because it's hard to come up with Z names. Question 7. In Cloud 9, what sport does Kayla love?
Snowboarding.
You are right. Kayla dreams of winning big and learns to believe in herself even after falling a lot. And the big trick that they're trying to do is the Cloud 9, right?
Yeah.
It is a 9 spins when they're in the air or something like that. And
I probably couldn't even put on the snow thing.
I've never snowboarded, but I'm not really into trying dangerous stunts and tricks and stuff. I'm good with keeping my body intact as it is. So.
I do like skiing. I'm still kind of scared of the black markers where you go just straight down and then it turns because I'm just afraid I'm just going to go straight down and fall off a cliff because I'm going too fast.
Well, I don't want you to go down those either. That's not safe unless you're an expert skier. So good choices. Round 3. The category is games. Question 1. What is the least number of moves you can make to win a game of chess? Question 2. In Monopoly, what color are the most expensive properties? Question 3. In red light, green light, what happens when red light is called? Question 4. What board game lets you build train routes across countries? Question 5. In what board game are you a detective trying to solve a mystery in a mansion? Question 6. What game has players acting out words without speaking? Question 7. How does a player get unfrozen in freeze tag? Round 3 answers. Question 1. What is the least number of moves you can make to win a game of chess?
12.
The answer is 2. There is even a name for this. It is called a fool's mate. It can be achieved only by black giving checkmate on the second move with the queen. You have to really fail if you're going to get a fool's mate. I was trying to look at how to describe what this is, and it was you move the pawn to g4 and something. I got very chessy and I didn't understand it. So 2 moves is all you need to get a fool's mate and win the game. Question 2. In Monopoly, what color are the most expensive properties?
Was it purple?
They are dark blue. Boardwalk and Park Place are the priciest, and they are dark blue. I think it costs $500 to buy Boardwalk, and I think it costs $350 to buy Park Place. I haven't played Monopoly in a while, so I'm not sure if those are the right numbers. Question 3. In red light, green light, what happens when red light is called?
You have to stop moving.
You have to freeze. You are right. And what happens if you accidentally move?
You're out.
Yep.
If the person sees you.
Yep, exactly. If you get caught moving at all, you either have to go back to the start or you're just out of the game. Question 4. What board game lets you build train routes across countries?
Ticket to Ride.
She's got a ticket to ride. That's right. It teaches geography and strategy as you connect cities with train routes. We like playing Ticket to Ride.
It's a long, patience
It is a long,
wasting game.
It is a long game. So we're getting better at it as the kids are getting older.
Yeah.
It is a pretty long game and it takes some concentration, but it is a really fun game. We like it. We have regular Ticket to Ride, which is the United States, and we have Ticket to Ride Europe too.
Mm-hmm. Which one would you say you like better?
I like the U.S. one because it's easier to find New York to L.A. I can find that on a U.S. map really easy, but I'm not as good with European geography, so it's harder for me to quickly find, say, Paris to Stockholm versus like Chicago to Denver. So that's the only reason why I think I like the U.S. version a little better. Question 5. In what board game are you a detective trying to solve a mystery in a mansion?
Clue.
That is correct. Players guess who committed the crime, where it happened, and with what object. I guess it was Colonel Mustard with the rope in the kitchen. What's your guess?
I guess it was Lum with the candlestick in the master bedroom.
Nice. I wonder who's right. Question 6. What game has players acting out words without speaking?
Charades.
Charades is correct. We also have a board game called Gestures where you do the same thing as charades. So I will give you charades or gestures. Question 7. How does a player get unfrozen in freeze tag?
Do they touch you?
So there are a few options. Another player must either tag a frozen player, give them a double high five, or when I was in elementary school, we had to crawl under their legs.
I remember doing that too.
That's what we did.
We have had so many different freeze tags. We've had skunk tag, we've had Grinch tag. Grinch is definitely the best because they have these mats that they set up in corners and you hide in there. And yeah, it's really fun because they turn off the lights and the Grinch gets a flashlight. It's really fun.
Grinch tag. That is a new one for me, but it sounds super fun. Anything in the dark, I feel like, is more fun when you have a flashlight and darkness. Round 4, the category is history. Question 1. Which Roman building could hold 50,000 people? The Great Pyramid, the Colosseum, or the Leaning Tower? Question 2. What were knights known for wearing into battle? Question 3. Which explorer's ship was the first to sail all the way around the world? Marco Polo, Ferdinand Magellan, or Christopher Columbus? Question 4. Which famous trail helped people move west in the United States? The Oregon Trail, the Kansas Path, or the California Road? Question 5. What did Paul Revere shout on his midnight ride? There are ships in the harbor. The British are coming. Or the regulars are coming out. Question 6. Which artist cut off part of his ear? Leonardo da Vinci, Vincent van Gogh, or Michelangelo? Question 7. True or false? In the past, people had been hired by other people to wake them up. Round 4 answers. Question 1. Which Roman building could hold 50,000 people? The Great Pyramid, the Colosseum, or the Leaning Tower?
Colosseum.
You're right. It was built by Emperor Vespasian and used for gladiator contests, animal hunts, and other public spectacles. So the Colosseum is that big open kind of bowl-looking structure in Rome. And yeah, they used to have the gladiator fights, and I'm sure they did like fought lions and probably weren't the greatest of things that happened in there, but people used to go there for entertainment back in the day. So, and the Colosseum is still standing. Granted, it's not in perfect condition, but you can still visit it today, which is very cool. Question 2. What were knights known for wearing in battle?
Armor.
Armor is correct. Knights in battle were known to wear various pieces of armor for protection, including chainmail, plate armor, helmets, and shields. They also wore padded undergarments and sometimes surcoats over their armor for comfort and to keep the hot sun from making the metal too hot. So you're thinking you're wearing metal and it's a sunny day. I bet that armor got super hot. I mean, you know how hot metal gets in the sun? Those poor guys had to be sweating.
No kidding.
And I think it was really heavy and oh my goodness. Question 3. Which explorer ship was the first to sail all the way around the world? Marco Polo, Ferdinand Magellan, or Christopher Columbus?
Christopher Columbus.
The answer is Ferdinand Magellan. On October 20th, 1519, Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan, with 5 ships and a crew of 270 men, set sail from southern Spain to circumnavigate the world. The Victoria was the only one of the 5 ships to complete the journey. While Magellan led the initial voyage, Juan Sebastian Elcano took command after Magellan's death and led the Victoria back to Spain in 1522.
So they died?
Yeah.
Like all 4 other ships sunk?
I don't know what happened to them. I did read that part, but only one made it back. Maybe the other 4 stopped and lived happily on some island that they found. We'll go with that. Question 4. Which famous trail helped people move west in the United States? The Oregon Trail, the Kansas Path, or the California Road?
The Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail is correct. Pioneers used wagons to travel across the wild land. I'm going to put out the best computer game to ever exist, Oregon Trail. And then you'd put all your friends in there, and then Ren would die of dysentery, and Quinn would get typhoid, and Brooks would drown in the river, and then you'd have to stop and hunt for food, and you'd have to wait for Quinn to get over her typhoid, and you'd have to fix your wagon wheel, and you'd have to, oh man, it was so fun, so fun. Question 5. What did Paul Revere shout on his midnight ride? There are ships in the harbor. The British are coming, or the regulars are coming out.
The British are coming, I think. Right?
The answer is the regulars are coming out. Let me tell you why. The famous phrase associated with Paul Revere's midnight ride is, the British are coming. However, the actual warning he shouted was, the regulars are coming out. This phrase was more specific and better understood by the locals as they were still considered British themselves. The term regulars referred to the British infantry soldiers. So basically, everybody in America at that time was British in origin. It's known that Paul Revere said, the British are coming, but he really didn't because they were all British people. He said, actually, the regulars are coming out. It's just funny. That doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well. Question 6. Which artist cut off part of his ear? Leonardo da Vinci, Vincent van Gogh, or Michelangelo?
Vincent van Gogh.
That is correct. Vincent van Gogh is a Dutch painter whose paintings were amazing, but he led a very unusual life and he battled with mental issues. Question 7, true or false? In the past, people had been hired by other people to wake them up.
True.
It is true. They were called knocker-uppers. Before alarm clocks became common, people known as knockers-up or knocker-uppers were hired to wake people up for work. Knocker-uppers would have specific routes and schedules, and they often used poles, sticks, or even pea shooters to wake up their clients. They would typically not leave until they had received confirmation that the client was awake and moving. So,
geez, a pea shooter.
Yeah, so if the person lived on like a second floor apartment, they had a long stick and they would like knock, 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 knock on their window. Or they would like throw rocks or shoot rocks or peas or something. That was somebody's job, to walk around in the morning and wake people up. That's crazy. Round 5, the category is professional athletes. Question 1. Who was the first woman to dunk in a WNBA game? Juju Watkins, Brittany Griner, or Lisa Leslie? Question 2. Which soccer player has the nickname La Pulga or the Flea? Question 3. Which former quarterback was famous for wearing number 18 and yelling, Omaha? Question 4. Which Japanese Major League Baseball player is a great pitcher and hitter? Shohei Ohtani, Yu Darvish, or Hideki Matsui? Question 5. Which basketball star starred in Space Jam: A New Legacy? Question 6. Bobby Orr, Sidney Crosby, and Alex Ovechkin are famous for playing what sport? Question 7. Where did famous WNBA player Caitlin Clark play college basketball? And now the round 5 answers. Question 1. Who was the first woman to dunk in a WNBA game? Juju Watkins, Brittany Griner, or Lisa Leslie?
Lisa Leslie?
You are right! Lisa Leslie was the first woman to dunk in an official WNBA game. She achieved this historic moment on July 30th, 2002.
That's a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
I wasn't even born yet.
You were not born yet. That is true. But Lisa Leslie could dunk. That's pretty sweet. I could not, unless it was a low hoop. Question 2. Which soccer player has the nickname La Pulga, which means the flea?
Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi is correct. He is small, fast, and impossible to catch. So his nickname is La Pulga, the flea.
I've never saw one before.
You haven't saw a flea? Most of the time they're just on dogs and animals and things. They're just little tiny bugs
And you? And
Well,
you?
I hope there's no fleas on me. Question 3. Which former quarterback was famous for wearing number 18 and yelling, Omaha? Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, or Peyton Manning?
No. Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning is correct. Do you know when he yelled Omaha or why?
When he was in
When he was in Omaha. No. He would yell it. So you know how a quarterback, when they're down for the snap and they say like, blue 42, blue 42.
Yeah.
Instead of saying that, he would say like, yellow 14, Omaha, Omaha. And that would tell his receivers to do something different or his line to change or something like that. It was just something he said, and then he said it so often he became famous for it. Question 4. Which Japanese Major League Baseball player is a great pitcher and hitter? Shohei Ohtani, Yu Darvish, or Hideki Matsui?
Shohei Ohtani.
It is Shohei Ohtani.
We went to a Minnesota Twins game a couple of days ago, and we saw Shohei Ohtani on the...
We did see Shohei Ohtani on the leaderboard. He was leading in RBIs, I think. But this is cool because usually pitchers aren't hitters. Usually pitchers get subbed out for the designated hitter to hit for them. But Shohei Ohtani is so good, he can hit really amazingly and pitch really amazingly.
So is he a pitcher and a hitter?
Yes.
Like Carlos Correa, he's a good outfielder and he's a great hitter.
Right. Carlos Correa plays shortstop and he's a good hitter. But pitchers typically aren't great hitters all the time. They're okay hitters, but Shohei Ohtani, he can do both. Question 5. Which basketball star starred in Space Jam: A New Legacy?
LeBron James.
LeBron James is correct. In your opinion, do you like the first Space Jam or the second Space Jam better?
I don't know.
You like them both for sure. Which one do you think is better?
What?
The first one with Michael Jordan. I agree. Although I will say they're both really good. But
I kind of like the second one better.
what? The original? Oh, man. Can't beat it. MJ and Looney Tunes, the best. Question 6. Bobby Orr, Sidney Crosby, and Alex Ovechkin are famous for playing what sport? You know it's hockey. Who's your favorite hockey player?
Cindy Crosby or Chris Letang.
You really love Sidney Crosby. I knew you'd get that one right. Question 7. Where did famous WNBA player Caitlin Clark play college basketball?
Iowa.
She played for the University of Iowa. What's their mascot? Hawkeyes. So Caitlin Clark is from Iowa, and she has changed the game for women's basketball. So since she started playing, so many more people come to women's games, and she sort of put women's basketball on the map. She sort of made it so that people went, hey, girls basketball is just as fun to watch as boys basketball. And now it's time for the final exam. Now remember, you've heard these questions in the previous rounds, but these were the hardest ones we've had. So use your memory and try to think back to what the answers are. Question 1. What fish had teeth that look like human teeth?
Sheep's head fish.
Question 2. What Japanese MLB baseball player is a great pitcher and hitter?
Shohei Ohtani.
Question 3. Which artist cut off part of his ear?
Vincent Van Gogh.
Question 4. In Monopoly, what color are the most expensive properties?
Dark blue.
Question 5. What color flag will they fly at the beach if there is a jellyfish warning?
Purple.
Question 6. Which explorer's ship was the first to sail all the way around the world?
Ferdinand Magellan.
Question 7. Where did famous WNBA player Caitlin Clark play college basketball?
The University of Iowa.
And here come your shoutouts. Underwater Creatures comes from Aowen.
Thank you so much, Eowyn.
Descendants comes from Ashiana.
Thank you, Ashiana.
Chess comes from Hung Soo.
Thank you, Hung Soo.
And Zombies comes from Nora. Thanks, Nora. And it's time for birthdays. Our first birthday goes out to listener Rowan, who is turning 8. Happy birthday, Rowan. He is the sweetest, kindest, smartest, most loving boy. Rowan's favorite activities are Legos, Minecraft, camping, drawing, and reading Dogman and Cat Kid. His favorite band is Imagine Dragons, and he loves his family, friends, and his cats, Coyote and Margaret. He is even having a Garfield-themed birthday party. He loves making videos, and his goal is to someday get 100 YouTube subscribers. We subscribe to your channel, so you're one closer, Rowan. Rowan, you are turning 8. You're super sweet and kind and smart. And you love Legos and Minecraft and camping and drawing. You love reading Dogman and Cat Kid. You love Imagine Dragons and your family, your friends and cats. And you hope to get 100 YouTubers. Happy birthday, Rowan! Happy birthday, bud. Our next birthday goes out to listener Rosa, who is turning 6. Happy birthday! She is a caring and silly friend to everyone she meets, and she is her little sister's favorite person. She is having a slime and roller skating themed birthday party. But don't roller skate in the slime. That sounds dangerous. Rosa, You are turning 6, and you're super caring, and you're silly, and your little sister loves you, and you're having a slime roller skating party. Hope you don't roller skate in the slime. That could be really slippery. Happy 6th birthday, Rosa. Hope it is the best day ever. Happy birthday. Our next birthday goes to Tegan, who is turning 7. Happy birthday, Tegan. He lives in Ontario, Canada. He is smart, creative, and caring. Tegan loves playing with his friends and his sister, Nora. He loves Minecraft, ball hockey, soccer, and Super Mario Kart. He will be celebrating his birthday at the Great Wolf Lodge this year. That will be so fun. Tegan, you're from Canada, and you are turning 7. You're smart, creative, and caring, and you love your friends and sister. You love Minecraft and ball hockey and soccer and Mario Kart. Hope your party at Great Wolf Lodge is the best one ever. Happy birthday, Tegan. Our next shout out goes to Brock, who lives in Sunbury, Ohio, and is turning 10. Double digits. Brock loves to play video games, kickball, and read. He is a super sweet and fun kiddo. Hey, Brock, you rock. You're from Ohio, and you're turning 10, and you love to play video games and kickball and read, and you're super sweet and fun. Hey, Brock, you rock. I hope you get a clock. Brock! Happy birthday! Our next birthday goes to Maxwell, who is turning 9. Happy birthday, Maxwell. He lives in West Orange, New Jersey. He loves to play Minecraft and Legends of Zelda, read graphic novels, and collect sports cards. He loves his brother Jude, his dog Obi, and his favorite food is bagels. Yum, I too love bagels. Maxwell, it is your birthday, and you are turning 9 years old. You live in New Jersey, and you love to play Minecraft and Zelda. Maxwell, you love graphic novels, and you collect sports cards, and you love your brother Jude and your dog Obi and bagels. Happy birthday, Maxwell. The next birthday goes out to Leonora, who is turning 7. Happy birthday, Leonora. She lives in Palo Alto, California, but was born in Providence, Rhode Island. She is super smart, funny, kind, and brave. She loves reading, swimming, and learning new languages. And she loves her sister, Anita. Leonora is a great friend, daughter, and big sister, and her family loves her so much and is so proud of her. Leonora, you are turning 7, and you live in California. You're super smart, funny, kind, and brave. And you love reading, swimming, and learning new languages. And you love your sister. You're a great friend, daughter, and big sister. Happy birthday, Leonora. Our next shout out goes to Grace Ann, who is turning 6. Happy birthday, Grace Ann. She is from Rayford, North Carolina. She loves playing games, wearing dresses, all things princesses, singing, dancing, learning about animals, and listening to podcasts like Trivia for Kids, Spectacular Specimens, and Forever Ago. She loves to read, and some of her favorite series are Rainbow Fairies, The Magic Treehouse, and Junie B. Jones. And she is the best big sister to her brother, Levi. Most of all, she loves showing the love of Jesus to everyone she meets. And your mom and dad love you forever and ever. How wonderful. Happy birthday, Grayson. You are turning 6 years old. You live in North Carolina, and you love playing games and wearing dresses and all things princesses, singing and dancing and learning about animals. You love reading books like Rainbow Fairies, Magic Treehouse, and Junie B. Jones. You are the best big sister to Levi. You love your family and Jesus. And we wish you the happiest birthday, Grace Ann. Hope 6 is amazing. Our next shout out goes to Kieran, who is turning 7. Happy birthday, Kieran. He lives in the Bay Area, California. He is a whiz at geography and Pokemon. He is smart, funny, a great big brother, and a kind friend. Kieran, it is your birthday, and you are turning 7. You live in California, and you are a whiz at geography and Pokemon. You are smart, and you're funny, and you are a great big brother, and you're also a kind friend. Happy birthday, Kieran. Hope 7 is the best. Happy birthday, Kieran! The next shout out goes to listener Fitz, who is turning 8. Happy birthday, Fitz. He lives in Austin, Texas, and he loves spending time playing and watching sports with his brother and friends. Fitz's favorite are soccer and football. He also loves reading, playing games, and trivia, of course. Fitz is a one-of-a-kind character and an awesome kid. Fitz, you're turning 8, and you live in Texas, and you love spending time playing and watching sports with your brother and friends. You love soccer and football, but also reading, playing games and trivia. You're one of a kind and a super awesome kid. Happy birthday, Fitz. You are turning 8. Happy birthday! The next shout out goes to Elena, who is turning 6. Happy birthday, Elena. She is from California. She loves to play dress up with her dolls and riding her scooter. Elena just finished kindergarten. So did Brooks. That's awesome. Happy birthday, Elena. You're 6 and you just finished kindergarten. You love to play dress up with your dolls, and you love to ride your scooter, and you're turning 6. Happy birthday, Elena. I hope it is the best birthday that you've ever had, Elena. Our next shout out goes to listener Elia, who is turning 7. Happy birthday, Elia. He is from San Francisco, California. He loves his brother Isa, playing Minecraft and other video games, traveling to Mexico and Peru, riding his bike, playing board games like Splendor, and creating his own baseball leagues. Go Fireballs! Elia, let me tell ya that it's your 7th birthday. You love your brother and playing Minecraft and other video games, and traveling to Mexico and Peru and riding your bike and playing Splendor. And you also create your own baseball leagues. Go Fireballs. Happy birthday, Elia. I hope it's Swellia. Happy birthday. Our next shout out goes to listener Tuda, who is from the UK. Happy birthday, Tuda. He is turning 11. And he is one of the most trivia-interested young men in the world. Awesome! He is passionate about football. He's a huge Liverpool fan. He loves playing Fortnite, reading dragon-themed books, playing Monopoly, traveling the world. He has been to 20-plus countries so far. I am jealous. Tuda is a kind, funny, smart, and playful soul. Happy 11th birthday, Tuda. You are a cool dude. You love Liverpool and playing Fortnite and reading dragon books. You love playing Monopoly and traveling the world, and you're kind, funny, smart, and playful. Happy birthday, Tuda. You're from the UK. Happy birthday. Hope it is super great. Happy birthday. And our last shout out goes to another one of our own. This week is Miss Wren's birthday. Happy birthday, Wren. You are goofy, silly, you're so smart, you hate to clean, you're quick-witted, you will do anything to get out of chores, and we love you so much. And you're turning 12. And here comes your conversation starter. Wren, it is your birthday week. Happy birthday, girl.
Thank you.
If you can remember, what was the best birthday present you ever received? A hug from your mom.
Oh, I don't. I don't know if Christmas counts, but maybe my electric scooter.
Oh, that was a good Christmas
Yeah.
gift too. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you so
Have
much.
the best week. Thank you for listening to the Trivia for Kids podcast. If you haven't done so already, please give us a 5-star review. Birthday shoutouts are for paid Patreon subscribers, so join our Patreon and you can get a birthday shoutout. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and follow our YouTube channel so you can see all of our live videos.